Good morning, folks. I forgot to title this video. So if someone wants to title this video, you can title it How to Write About Love or Anything Super Important to You, period. I hope everyone's good. It's Saturday morning after a long, fun night last night. I've been injured for a couple months, so I have had limited fun. So last night, seeing a ton of good people, did a book reading at the Boulder Bookstore with a great author, Ada Calhoun, who has a new book out. She's a modern love author on the New York Times, has written for the New Yorker, etc. And she's just a great, funny, and sweet, kind human being and writer. I really recommend her new book titled Wedding Toasts I'll Never Give. And it's about love, the real stuff, which leads me, instead of the sort of cliche, happily ever after stuff, which leads me to our subject today, which is how to write about love or anything super important to you. So I host this Elephant Academy. We've done so for 10 years, but in recent years, it's gotten a lot bigger, thanks to Caitlin, thanks to David, thanks to various people at Elephant who you probably don't know yet. But we're about to start a new session. The deadline is May 25th, and you can join me for 3 months online from anywhere. And you also get to get instruction from star Instagrammers and star writers and star video people, and various people will bring in more and more. So what we go over in the Academy is how to write genuinely so it's helpful to others, but not only how to write genuinely so it's helpful to others, but how to do so successfully, how to make a living doing so. If you don't want to make a living as a writer, how to use social media and writing and all this to benefit whatever you are doing or whatever your new kind of creative career might be. I was at this big event called Naturally Boulder last night, and a bunch of people there wanted to start their own businesses and wanted to do kind of crazy things, crazy, beautiful, wonderful things with their life that maybe 20 years ago would have been hard. But now with Facebook and maybe Twitter and Instagram and various social media, blogging on Elephant or on your own site or any other site, you can get yourself out there. And you can do so without hyping yourself, without putting more noise and more speed into this world. You can do so simply in a helpful, well-intentioned, genuine way that has some real heart and some real awareness. And you can actually help create a kinder world, a better world, a more fair world. And I don't mean, I'm not talking about democratic socialism particularly. I just mean day to day you can create a kinder self and a better world. So that's all good stuff. So that's what we talk about in Elephant Academy. So I hope you will join me. Again, the deadline is May 25th, and you can apply at elephantjournal.com/academy. But the way to write about love or anything important to you is very simple. So they did a study, a scientific study, where they ran cliches by people. So what happens to your brain right now when I tell you this story? Joe walked down the street and he kept checking the time because he was late for a meeting with the girl he'd loved or the boy he'd loved since he was a child. Never had he loved anyone so much. He loved him or her so much it just blew his mind. What happened in your brain when I read that story? Anyone? Any comments? And if you are just tuning in, you can say where you're from and give it a like or love, and it'll help this video get out beyond the choir to all those who might give a care about communicating genuinely. So, anyone? Dara, it turned off. Anyone else? What happened to your brain when I told that story? Joe walked down the street. He had some coffee. He kept looking at the time because he was late. He was late to meet the love of his life, this wonderful person who he loved so much. Anyone? Hey, Michelle. That's awesome. It's quite a little testimonial. Nothing happened to your brain. Yawn. So what I am doing is I am talking. Why is it so boring? Why does nothing happen in your brain? It's detached. It's vague. It's cliche. It's generalized. So some of the best advice you'll ever hear in writing is be specific. Be specific. Be specific. Edgar, a little off subject, but I wish you good luck. There are better ways to help your own loneliness than that, as I know you know. So you are reaching out in some way. So all I would say is there's an article, Caitlin, if you can put as a reply to his comment, loneliness, the Buddhist notion of loneliness, the Buddhist view of loneliness is not a bad thing. Something like that. I'm forgetting the title. Anyway, loneliness is a wonderful thing. You can get to know yourself. You can become friends with yourself. And this is the kind of thing you can write about. So the way to get around writing that doesn't connect with people is to avoid cliche. So I just wrote an entire book about love, things I would like to do with you. I'll grab it real quick. Oi! Could have been ugly. All right. So I wrote an entire book, things I would like to do with you, about love. And that's quite a challenge because when you write about love, love is one of the greatest cliches of all, right? So I spent however long, maybe a year or whatever, writing the book. And then when it came time to edit it, I probably edited it for a year and a half with the help of others, taking out almost every mention of love and various other kind of cliche words and trying to be specific. What do you mean when you love someone? Do you care about them? Are you attached to them? Are you infatuated with them? Are you attracted to them? What about them? Is it the conversation? What in the conversation? So basically avoid cliche. When someone hears cliches, nothing happens in their brain. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, just nothing happens. When you talk about love or violence or death, any of these sort of great subjects, even depression, anything, food, unless you get specific, weather, nothing happens in the reader's brain. So basically, avoid cliche. That may seem incredibly obvious, but I can tell you, as the leader of Elephant Academy, with maybe 100 people per semester, we do 4 academies a year, with groups of 100, 75, 100, whatever people, intelligent, caring people, they all tend to write in generalized cliche again and again and again and again. So get specific. Get specific. My grandmother used to holler at me, I remember, because I said cool all the time when I was 14. Oh, that's cool. This is cool. Oh, that would be cool. Oh, cool. And she said, what do you mean by that word? What does that word mean? Why don't you say what you mean? And that's exactly it. So it's very simple. If anyone has any questions or comments, I see Motsi just joined. She was a TA in the last academy. Thank you. If anyone has questions or comments, I'm happy to hang around. If not, I'm going to get some coffee because I need it. And I'm going to take Redford out. Redford! We'll see if maybe he'll say hi. And go to the farmer's market. I hope everyone is okay. I also do, just off the subject, want to recommend, good boy. Can you come here? Come here. Good boy. Oh, all right. Well, he's sitting down here now. He's ready to go outside. Oh, someone's a little camera shy. All right. I'm going to look over and see if there's any comments. Yeah, and please say where you're from if you're just tuning in. Michelle, I was able to start my own social media business because of this course. What are your feelings on the ivory trade in Africa? Edgar, I don't know much about it, but I'm sure the cool thing about Elephant is it's a platform where people who do know things about things can contribute. So they may, if you search for ivory trade on elephantjournal.com, you'll probably find a couple articles on it that are going to be more intelligent than I can be. Leah, that's very sweet. EJ and Mr. Lewis makes me want to be a better person. Thank you. Well, you make me want to work harder. So thank you. Maria, yeah, I would love for you to do it. Righty. If there's any comments or questions, I will be there for you. The next academy starts May 20, or no, the deadline to apply, Mander, is May 25th. elephantjournal.com/academy. If you just want to get your name on the list so we can stay in touch with you, you can also just half apply. Look at this little guy. Do I meditate before I write? Yes, I meditate before I start my day. So I just woke up. I'm sleeping downstairs on my couch because I'm kind of tearing up the upstairs a little bit in a very eco-responsible kind of fun way that I'm documenting on Instagram a little bit under @Waylon and yeah, the first thing I do in the morning is meditate because otherwise I'm kind of going through the day wrapped up in my own thoughts and my self-concern and my own kind of fog instead of actually seeing the world and being present and being able to, this isn't being present as opposed to being able to see, you know, my responsibilities in the future. This is a present that includes a clear vision to deal with the future. The Academy is not free, Robin. There is 2 levels. We've kept them very affordable. A lot of sort of online academies, when we were looking, we saw prices around like $4,000, $4,200, and most of the kind of online academies were, you know, taught by universities or people who honestly don't really work in the field actively. We are active in the field. We have 11 million readers a month. We've won #1 in the US twice nationally for our environmental green coverage on Twitter. We have 450,000 Instagram friends on 4 accounts, 5 million Facebook fans, 5.5 million YouTube viewers. So, you know, we're having to kind of surf the changes of social media all the time. And one of the skills that I've talked about in my other writing and social media tips, I'm doing a series right now, this is part of it, is that you have to focus. You can't do everything. You really can't. The key to social media is to treat whatever social media you're on like a community. Be part of the community. Don't just try to use that community, right? Michelle, it's worth every penny. You form great friendships in a support system. That's very sweet. Yeah, so there are, excuse me, there are 2 levels to the Academy. One is auditing, which is very cheap, $250 for 3 months, which gets you all our materials ever. And the other one is $700 for 3 months, and that's the more intensive one where you kind of have a lot of support with TAs and small groups and live meetings with myself. All right, Edgar, you're on a roll. For how long do I meditate? So that's a complicated question. I talked about that with my friend Justin of Justin's Nut Butter last night. I meditate for maybe 5 minutes at most in the morning and in the evening. But, you know, I've done a lot of retreats and a lot of programs, years and years and years worth. So the point of that is not that that's impressive in any way, but that it can help. Group meditation can help before you kind of are able to get into a clean morning routine where you can just sit down, follow your breath, get present, stop getting wrapped up in your own self-righteousness and bullshit, and have the present moment be your reference point instead of your own self-concern. And that doesn't mean, you know, I or you or anyone is going to go through life enlightened. That just means that your reference point is going to be wanting to find the truth and be a genuine person. And finding the truth also is what journalism is all about. So it all connects up. My AM meditation. So I've written and done a lot of videos, Holly and other people asking on youtube.com/elephantjournal. If you search meditation or meditate, you'll find in-depth videos on all these questions. So that's probably better. Hello, Robin from Connecticut. And Mandar from Madison. I like the idea of Madison. I want to go. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, I write a lot about Buddhism. Surya Porn. So you can just search Trungpa or meditation instruction on elephantjournal.com or on YouTube or whatever. All right. Anyone else? I think this has been a good discussion. A lot of people are on. A lot of people are laying around on Saturday morning instead of going to the farmer's market. All right, I'm off for coffee. Mwah! Come join me, elephantjournal.com/academy. May 25th is the deadline. And if you're not going to do it, remember to not write in cliche. Get specific. Get specific. Say what you mean. Get specific. Have a great day.